like, dang it, man, the video stopped again. He's like, are you serious? Like, I don't, I don't care, man. Like, he's like just so mad, and so he leaves, and he goes to that one place that he established, and then that's when he runs into Princess. But the thing is, on his way to that place that he established, he ran into Hookfoot, and so Hookfoot's like, hey, like, who are you? And he's like, well, I know karate, and then Hookfoot's like, well, I'm being chased by these people, who are like trying to get people to join them, like, and kill, like, or I'm getting chased. Okay, he's like, so Hookovitz like, we were trying to stop these, like, enslave these guys, but they got the upper hand, and now they're after me, and like, or not, he doesn't say enslave. Hookfoot just goes like these people are after me. They're trying to kill me because like they have some weird vendetta against me, and he's like, what is it? And it's like, so like Cobra's like, what is going on? He's like, well, like they want me to join some war that they're about to have, and that's a hint towards Romulus. And one of the guys main, it's literally just a group of guys. It's a big group of, a small group of warriors, and one of the main leaders is Grappler. He's just a guy with a big claw that grabs people. Um, so he's just so like basically Cobra helps Hookfoot, and he kind of teaches Hookfoot a little bit of karate, because Hookfoot, as the name suggests, is just a stick with kind of a hook at the bottom a little bit. So it's I just consider that his foot. If he were a human, he would have shoes that are hooks, and he would use them to kick people and attack people. It just writes itself, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. So Grappler keeps trying to kill both of them, and he's like saying like I you know, and um Hookfoot has like this information for like this big machine. This is just a small thing. It doesn't have much. It just kind of sets up a relationship between Hookfoot and Cobra. And I think maybe that could, okay, what I'm trying to build out here is, okay, oh my gosh, man. All right. So all right. So Hookfoot has this information to like a big machine that could teleport people, and Grappler wants it back. But as luck would prevail, they get to the machine place, and Hookfoot and uh and Cobra defeat them and kill Grappler, and the machine explodes, and basically, yeah. So, and kind of Cobra teaches him, like, he's taught him kind of how to use his hook feet to his advantage. They're just part. It's just like, it's not even a part of his skin. It's just his body armor. It's just how it is. So basically, yeah, it sets up a connection, and and so basically Cobra's like, I need to go, like, I need, or Hookfoot's like, I'm inviting you to come to my clan, like, where I'm going, and Hookfoot goes, I'm inviting you to my clan, like, you taught me, I'm thankful, like, come with me. And then Cra- Cobra goes, no, I can't go with you. I have to be somewhere, like, or yeah, maybe that you could do something where like Cobra was about to kill himself, and Hookfoot, like, that's when Hookfoot arrived, and it was kind of like he saved his life pretty much. But I don't know. And then he could be like, wait a minute, I think I do have somewhere to go now. And so he goes to that place that Cobra Kai place he established. Now the guy that kind of stayed there and is watching it, he doesn't really know much about. This is the one place that where it's not people who know what Cobra Kai stands for. So it's kind of like it's kind of, you could do that if you want to. You could be like, oh, like, Cobra arrives, but then they're all like crazy, and they embrace Cobra Kai, and it's like, oh, he has to find a way to truly think. Okay, he kind of like, it's kind of like he's helping himself, because he's like, this place, like, he's gonna be like, okay, guys, this is not what Cobra Kai is supposed to stand for. Let's do that instead. That's actually cooler, because he shows up. He could show up and be like, all right, like, what are we doing? And they're just going, yeah, Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. And he's like, no. And he's gonna, yeah, that would be cool, because he'd be kind of a spin on what Daniel did. Where, wait, no, yeah, it'd pretty much be what Daniel did in season 2 of Cobra Kai of the show. He'd be like, when I joined Cobra Kai, I was weak and it gave me strength, and I thought it'd give me protection too, but I got too into it and we were enslaving people and hurting people, and now I don't want to do that. And I'm like, I want to be able to influence like something different on you guys. Like, I don't want this pain and suffering and enslavement. And then he learns his lesson, but he's also established a relationship. And I think that in the final battle, right, eventually it comes to a point where like Hookfoot is kind of like, so it gets to a point where um Jack, Romulus, and Whiteout all are in the building, and with Sam and like some other people in there, and the other people get hurt. But it gets to a point where it's just, wait, no, Cobra's in there too, because yeah, Cobra is supposed to be like, yeah, okay, so it could be Cobra. It gets to a point where like only Cobra, no, because Hookfoot, I don't know. Nah. Okay, so it gets to a point where like all the Romulus people are still fighting outside, all the Recorp people are still fighting outside, and I'm just gonna refer to Recorp as the combined forces of Recorp, um, Miyagi Fang, and whatchamacallit, the Solars, and then the Whiteout clan. So basically, it's like you have Cobra, and Jack, who are on the same team, Romulus on his own team, Whiteout on his own team, or no, Whiteout with Hookfoot, and so it's like this fight between 5 different people. 2 people are for the same thing, or two groups have 2 people, and then one group has just one person. So basically, you could get to a point where it's like Whiteout is like strangling. Yeah, like they all come to terms with like their counterparts. It's like because the way it kind of is that um you know, Jack comes face to face with Romulus. He's like, you like you want to leave the planet, but you also want to kill, you want to cause war when you leave the planet. Like, you don't, yeah, pretty much, like, you want to leave, but you don't want to leave the planet. You just want to kill the people. Like, you want to go out there and kill them. And Cobra faces Whiteout, because he's like, because Whiteout's gonna be like, don't you want to stay here? I thought this was your new life. And then Cobra's gonna be like, no, nah, that's how you tricked me. This is not my new life. If this was all I could ever have, then I'd be okay with it. But it's not. There's more that I can have. There's a better life that I can live. And then he basically, and then Hookfoot would like come in there, and Hookfoot would try to fight him, would try to fight Cobra, and like be like, no, like, you're lying. And then Cobra would basically be like, no, like, I'm not, like before you met me, I was about to kill myself, like, but you came in and you gave me a new purpose. You inspired me to go out there, and I taught people. And he'd be like, no, like, you don't understand, like, he's doing this. And then like basically Hookfoot's just kind of like, he just really is like, he fully supports this motive because it's all he knows. He fully supports Whiteout's motive, his leader's motive. And bro, this is where I was thinking, like, it's so, like, it comes full circle. And then this is where Jack just goes, you don't want to do this, Hookfoot. Like, you don't know me, but like, I was the same way when I was your age. Like, and it goes full circle back to when what's his name? So Jack, when he was younger and he was a crook, and he was like working for kind of like the leader, he was working for the king of the whole like kingdom, and he was just a crook for him. He was just a goon. And like, that's where he relates to Hookfoot, and he's like, you don't know me, but I can relate to you, man. Like, I know what you're going through right now. It's hard to accept that, like, your leader has faults. Like, but he does, man. Like, it's not our divine purpose to be here. Like, we all came from different worlds. I understand, like, and this is where kind of it's that same conversation that Crane had with Princess, because when Crane was like, it doesn't matter, like, Princess, like, you were born here, but we're gonna find a place for you as long in like, if you just join us and work with us. And that's where Jack tells him here, he's like, the decision is yours, Hookfoot. Like, I was in your shoes once. Like, I had to realize that my leader had faults and I needed to to stand up to him. And that's where Hookfoot's like he's like, all right, fine. And so he stands up to him. He stands up to Whiteout, his leader. Hookfoot stands up to his leader and he's like, we're done here. Like we need to let them go home. They're telling us they have a place for us, and but Whiteout is just too into his motive. He's like, no, no, we were meant to be here. We were born here. If God didn't want us to be here, then he wouldn't have let us been born. And like it's just like he's just so like lost, man. Like at this point he's lost. He like Romulus has put it, and then like Romulus laughs. He's like, and then Romulus is like, I always knew I could inspire someone else. I've turned I've turned one of the sane ones into a madman. And it's like that's what kind of Romulus was doing. He was kind of spreading this war. And then like Romulus is like, just kill me, Jack, like you've defeated me. But I had a blast what we were doing. Like I had so much fun in this war, like in conquest. Like I might have not been able to do it, but my ideology will always stand. And like that's when Hookfoot's like, no, we're never gonna let it get that bad. Because Hookfoot, that's just where kind of Hookfoot goes from a goon to like a leader, like the same way that Jack did all those years ago. And like and like he needs to like and it like they all like help each other. It's so cool. And like so like, but I mean Whiteout is like also just like, no, like I can't. And then Cobra and Hookfoot and Jack all take him down, and they take down Romulus. But Romulus is like, just kill me, Jack. Or he's like, you guys think that like my ideologies will never stand again? No, they're gonna spread. Like killing those people who put us here, that will always stand. And Hookfoot's like, no, I'm the new leader of this world. Like, and I'm not gonna let you do that. And so they've defeated Whiteout, who's dead, and Romulus is like, just let me stay here. And he's like, no. And he like, Romulus is still alive, and he's like, nope. Like, Jack just goes, no. Like like you're gonna stand for your crimes. Like, because Romulus had a chance. Because the thing is, this is what's so interesting about Romulus. It's like Romulus lost a lot of things, but Jack was the one who helped him through all of that and through that pain and suffering. Only for when Jack left it's almost like as soon as Jack left the room, Romulus was like, "Oh, you're gone? Oh, okay. Well, I like that feeling. I like that. I like the war. I like the wrath. I want that. Like, that's what it is." And so Jack's like, you need to stand for your crimes because you had a chance to, like, you literally could have gone. You could have gone a day without it. You could have gone a long time without it, but you chose to go back to it. And that's like that's why Romulus is gonna stand for his crimes. And also, um like, and now Hookfoot's like, I'm the new leader of this world, and Jack's like, okay, I understand. And then Cobra's like, okay, yeah, I understand. And so Hookfoot goes back out, and Cobra and Jack, or I mean Cobra stays. I mean Jack says, all right, guys, go. Like, I need to let me like protect the station. And then Hookfoot and Cobra are like, wait, what? And he's like, no, get out of here. And he like pushes them out. And then but like now it's just no, all the bodies and like dead people that died in the station, like they get thrown out too. Everybody gets thrown out. Cobra, Romulus, Hookfoot, Sam, some other random guys, I guess, and then Whiteout. So they get like thrown out. And then they're like, what? But then Hookfoot's like, all right, Whiteout clan, stop. I'm the new leader. We need to stop this. It is not our, like we have, there's a place that we can go. Like, we don't have to stay here. And then so they kind of do, everyone does stop fighting, like, pretty much. And they're like, okay. And like, obviously maybe some people like, no, we want war, but it's like he's like, no, like Hookfoot just gives them a whole huge speech and he's like, no, like we're can like we can't keep doing. And I think that it doesn't have to just be a speech. I feel like people could still keep fighting because like we don't have to do this. Like we don't have to keep fighting. Like, and that's when kind of like the Recorp team kind of overpowers the others, even though they're still trying to fight. He's like, we don't like this world. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen in this world, but I know that whatever happens, we're gonna be safe. Like, and then that's when like Jack realizes he's like, okay, yep, because Jack knew, um, uh, like Jack sees like he's like, okay, like what can I do? And like they kind of realize they're like, okay, like he can send everyone to their worlds, but like it'll be it. And he's like, okay, like, but they kind of get transported in like a space station, but with all their souls, all they get reunited with like everybody, and we see everybody's face, like bam, 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 bam. It'd be like a flash of everyone, and it's like, in that moment, everyone who wanted to see like whoever they used to have, whoever they died and was in their group, their people, they get to reunite with them, and it's just like this really weird and trippy moment where it's like like we as the audience will know, like everyone's talking to each other about like what are they gonna do, but then that time like Recorp is like, what are you doing, Jack? Like, where's Jack? And they're like, and so basically, this is what happens by the end. So every soul that wants to stay on the planet, like, I don't know, man. The original thing was that everybody who wanted to stay on the planet, there were so many different endings, but this is the ending that I actually did. It was everybody who wants to stay on the planet can stay, but it's gonna get destroyed soon. Like, but like you don't have to stay. Like you could get on the ship and you can go back. You can, and if you don't have a world, if you were born there, then you can go. Like it doesn't even like it's so sad though because it's like some people are like, man, like, but they can go anywhere. They can go to any world. All these people, but it's like in that moment you're like, like man, that sucks. Like I wish that they could like communicate interdimensionally, but I mean they could if you think about it. You're like, okay, well maybe Doctor Strange can transport like have like interdimensional like telephones, like phones and stuff like that. But in that moment you're like, okay, everybody's pretty much just gonna go back to where they came from, and they're just saying their goodbyes to each other. They're like, all right, goodbye, man. Like, and then but it's sad. It's like nice too because they get to reunite with their loved like their dead ones, and then that's when like it's sad because then everyone's like happy and everything. They're celebrating, and then like they're like they see Jack. I don't know. They don't. The scene. I don't know if the scene needs to have them see Jack. It could be nice if he just hears their voice. No, I don't know. Maybe we could do like a letter. Like they like there's like a letter that appears in the spaceship with like all of them, and then like it's a letter from or I don't know. But somehow Jack just starts. We just hear Jack's voice, and he's just like looking around in the space station, and then we're gonna hear the um ba ba da 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 ba da 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 and so it's Jack over the song. Jack just goes like, it's been a beautiful road with you guys, like I'm so happy, and like, but I think that you guys know now, like, because also throughout the show he will explain to them his dreams he's having. He's like, so basically we'll just say like, I don't even think we need a hug because like he spent pretty much this whole story with them, and he's like, I don't even think we need to like hug each other because I think that all should just understand, like, just in their minds they should just all understand like this is it. Like we're not gonna see him again. We're probably not gonna see each other again. Even if we were born here, we're gonna go back to the worlds that we came from. Like, and they just kind of like, but they have so much time to just say goodbye to each other. And if they don't have a world, like it's just so sad because like and then you have Princess like she's gonna be like talking to Crane, and a lot of people might like maybe a lot of the white killing people will be like, yep, we'll just stay here and wait till it explodes. But like if they die, like they're gonna just kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's up for debate whatever happens to them when they die, but like this planet's gonna explode. But like Princess is like she's like talking to Crane, and then that's when Doctor Strange's like, okay, like everybody, if you want to be able to visit these people, like I can help you. Like I don't know, I want it to have impact, but not just be like, yeah, either way, whatever no, like, but I feel like it's okay if we do that, right? If like Doctor Strange is just like, yeah, like I can help you with that because at the end of the day, this is something that they worked for. It's not something that like would have always happened. No, it's something that they worked for. Like if the world just exploded and nobody left and nobody was able to get to the station, like everybody would just kind of be like in internal suffering, basically. So Jack's just standing there. He's like watching the sunset, or he's like watching everybody leave, right, on the spaceship. Like it's not really spaceship. It's just you can kind of get the idea. And like they're just like you just hear Jack talking. He's like, it's been beautiful. Like it's been beautiful. Like being with you guys. Like even through all this pain and suffering. Like with you guys. And I kind of like I think I was thinking about it a lot, and I was like, man, like if he was to be like if Jack were to be religious, like, and he's talking about like how like God like called him to like lead like guide the people and lead them like like a prophet pretty much, like Jack would be a prophet basically. And like he's like I'm glad that like he's like, but remember like be faithful, like I don't know, man, like he just said, I don't know if they would be like a speech where he's like talking like be faithful to God, like like wherever you're like going, like just as long as you can like be faithful in him, like that's beautiful. And like I'm never gonna see you guys again, like I don't think I will. Well, no, I don't know if he's gonna say that, but I would think either he'd be like, I think that he would say, all right, like I'm gonna see you again, like like I don't know, I think I know where I'm going, but I'm gonna ask God if like I'm gonna talk to him and I'm gonna pray, like basically that is what he's gonna do. But he also knows that he's gonna be reunited with his girlfriend pretty much, because he's like it be like in the part of the song where it's like, ba-da-da, ba-da, like each time it goes, but it'll be like we'll kind of like have like this like the seeing the people go into space, and like we'll also see um parts of like everywhere, every place we'd ever visited in the show, like just what they look like now. And it'll be like we'll kind of see the faded face of his girlfriend, and like and he's like waiting for her, and he's like, oh, like I'm waiting for her, like to see her again, like, and because like, and then he's like, it's just so sad, man, like, and then he like just starts crying, and he's like I'm it's just so like it's so beautiful, like I went through all this pain and suffering like to get here, like I put my faith in God, and like I had to stop these people who were trying to do other things. And so yeah, and then like everybody, it kind of things kind of just work out, the people who were not born, or I mean were born on the planet, they basically go to like this kind of substitute planet, and they kind of like that's where they all go. But they all like kind of don't attack each other, they just are peaceful kind of. And a lot of people will just be like, nope, we'll just stay on the planet, and then they just die because the planet's going to explode. And then it'll be kind of crazy because like we'll see some people who are still staying on the planet, they're just like looking up at the space station like, nope, we want to stay here. And like Hookfoot goes with everybody, obviously he goes with them. I think that'd be, nah, man, I actually had this like crazy theory because okay, so yeah, and then the story ends and like Jack dies pretty much because he doesn't stay on the planet. He's okay. Sorry, I didn't really explain much about Jack. So basically, he's gonna stay in the station, and he's basically just gonna die, and then like just he would just go to heaven. Like that's pretty much just what it is. Um, that's what would happen to his character. Um, like, but he didn't want to. Yeah, like he didn't want to stay on the planet. Like he just had to stay there in the station. But I think that there would be this crazy theory I thought about when I first did it, or when I actually did this like final part, is that what if Hookfoot stays on the planet, right, with all these other people? Like he actually does stay, and he's like for some reason he stays. Like I know that we already had that scene where he's like, I'm just making that up. That like there's a lot of things in here. Like if you asked me, okay, how'd you do it the first time, and then you asked me, okay, like I would tell you how I did it the first time, but that thing with Hookfoot, like becoming a good guy and like leaving the planet, that's the second idea. But the first idea was, what if he stayed, like knowing that he's gonna die, but like for somehow like before that moment, like he found the device that like time travels, like left by I don't know like just it's just some device. Like what if he saw it inside the space station? He's like, oh, this can time travel, and he uses it, and he went back in time and messed around with the timeline. I don't know. That's just a weird thing. That's a weird thing. But I don't know. And yeah, and that's how the story ends. It ends with everyone going back to their planets. You know, also figuring out like they're just like, oh, like well, this is what we would do. Like we're gonna if you want to talk to this person who's like living on a different planet, and yeah, and everyone went through a lot of things, and they kind of all learned not learned a I guess they did learn a lesson, but like they just after everything it's all done, they're reunited with their loved ones. Yeah, and that is a story of Battleworld. Or I don't know, man. What would the name be? I've changed the name a lot. It's been like the unknown, battleground, battle world. Hmm. Trying to think. I don't know. I don't know about the name.